So after yesterday's game, some people were wondering why the Packers didn't decide to shadow Stefon Diggs with Jaire Alexander the entire night. Because when we take a look at this game, Jaire Alexander actually allowed 0 receptions, 0 yards. He was targeted 5 times, but allowed 0 yards. Stefon Diggs finished the night with like 6 receptions, over 100 yards, and a touchdown, which all of that came against players not named Jaire Alexander. So many people were wondering why the Packers decided to do this, why they didn't decide to, follow Stefon Diggs the entire night with Jaire Alexander, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. And Matt LaFleur just had a press conference, and so I want to read his quote because he was asked about this exact topic, and so I want to read it right here from Matt LaFleur. So it was posted on Twitter. This quote was posted by Matt Schneidman of The Athletic, and here is what Matt LaFleur had to say. So the challenge is when you're playing a quarterback that has the ability to scramble like Josh Allen, do you want to be caught in man coverage? So now everybody's back is to the quarterback and they don't have vision on him, and we already saw what he did to us yesterday. I think he had 6 scrambles for 49 yards or whatever it was. 3rd and 14, we give up a 20-yard scramble or 21-yard scramble. That is typically the case. It's hard to play man coverage. Not to say you can't dabble in that area, but I think Buffalo does, first of all, a nice job of moving Diggs around. But if you're not going to commit to a man game, it's hard to have him just follow him all over the place. You can do that, but just understand if you call a zoning defense, whether it's quarters or a form of cover 2 or 3 deep, now you're just getting people in non-normal positions, and it's hard to get the details taught to the level of, especially when you're playing an explosive offense like we were. Fair question. I just don't think that that's the way you want to attack Buffalo, not with that quarterback. That quarterback is way too dynamic, made way too many plays with his legs getting out of the pocket. Shoot, he hit Cook for, was it a 40-yard gain or whatever it was on a scramble where he got loose. We knew going into the game that the rush lanes were going to be absolutely imperative that we maintain and bottled them up within the pocket, and that was the emphasis, and he still was able to get outside. So that's disappointing, obviously. There were a couple times where I thought we just got outran around the corner, and there were certainly some instances where there was a little too much space inside, so you got to give him credit too. So basically, Matt LaFleur's main reasoning for that was that when these guys are playing man and you're turning your back to Josh Allen can scatter around and run for first downs, which makes sense because Josh Allen probably one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the NFL, and even last night we saw him on a few different plays scramble. 6'5", 200, what is he, like 30 or 40 pounds? So it's scary when he breaks out of the pocket. We already saw multiple times when he beat us, not just with his legs, but scrambling, finding a guy open. And so I understand Matt LaFleur's reasoning for the way they did that on defense, and I think that there's probably multiple ways you could attack it. They decided to do that and risk, Stefon Diggs being on guys not named Jaire Alexander because they have faith in these other guys as well. Clearly it didn't work perfectly, but at the same time, I honestly think when you look at the second half, the way the defense played, they played really well the second half. The first half allowed 24 points, three straight touchdown drives, so they weren't able to contain Buffalo the entire game. But I think when you just look at that Buffalo offense, there's such a potent offense that it's tough to hold these guys to less than 20, 30 points. And the fact that we held them 27, it was not a terrible showing from the defense considering just how talented the Bills' offense is. So I just wanted to come in here, read Matt LaFleur's reasoning because I think many people were wondering why they did what they did. And so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.